Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Balik lagi di KTT Luar Biasa Jordania terkait tanggap darurat krisis Gaza. Setelah di video sebelumnya kita telah menyaksikan bersama-sama pernyataan sikap Indonesia, dilanjut juga dengan pernyataan sikap PBB. Hari ini teman-teman kita punya dua video, yaitu pernyataan sikap Uni Eropa dan juga Amerika Serikat terkait krisis yang saat ini tengah terjadi, terkait pembantaian yang saat ini dipertontonkan kepada dunia yang dilakukan oleh para tentara-tentara Israel di Rafah, Palestina. Pernyataan Uni Eropa dan juga Amerika Serikat pun tentu menjadi sorotan dunia karena dunia menuntut Barat untuk bertindak lebih menekan Israel menghentikan kengerian yang saat ini masih dilakukan di Gaza. Kalau misalnya kita lihat, hampir mungkin teman-teman 90% amunisi yang digunakan Israel saat ini diimpor dari Amerika Serikat dan juga negara-negara Eropa. Ya miris sekali teman-teman saat mereka mengatakan perdamaian, saat mereka menggembar-gemborkan ceasefire atau gencatan senjata, tapi mereka pun terus mengirimkan amunisi tak terbatas persediaan senjata perang untuk digunakan Israel menyerang rakyat Gaza. Jadi seperti apa teman-teman pernyataannya? Mending kita langsung saja simak. Ini pernyataan dari Presiden Komisi Uni Eropa terkait situasi krisis di Gaza saat ini. Ayo teman-teman kita simak bersama-sama.
Your Majesty, King Abdallah, dear President Al-Sisi, dear Secretary General Antonio Guterres, Excellencies. First of all, let me thank you for convening this important conference here in Jordan. A lot has happened since the Cairo Peace Summit last October, organized by President Al-Sisi, and that's why today's conference is so vital. Ladies and gentlemen, the EU was born from the ashes of World War II, a horrific humanitarian disaster. Since then, we have built our union on the principles of human dignity, international cooperation, and international humanitarian law. Each civilian life matters, always and everywhere. And that's why, from day one, we have condemned Hamas' brutal attack against the people of Israel last October, and we also condemn the loss of each civilian life and the horrendous suffering and humanitarian disaster in Gaza. Ladies and gentlemen, the EU has three key priorities: ending the war, more humanitarian assistance, and the political process. First, ending the war in Gaza and ensuring the protection of all civilians. Every day without a ceasefire is another day of blood and death. We call for an immediate ceasefire, the unconditional release of all hostages, and the provision of humanitarian assistance. Since March, we have urged the Israeli government not to undertake a ground operation in Rafah. The orders of the International Court of Justice must be respected, and we strongly support the three-phase approach starting with a ceasefire and the release of hostages as endorsed by the Security Council yesterday. Second point, we must address the catastrophic humanitarian situation in Gaza and the magnitude of the disaster. According to sources, over 37,000 Palestinians have been killed and nearly 85,000 injured. 75% of the population in Gaza is internally displaced with nowhere safe to go. And this war has also been a nightmare for the children of Gaza. 17,000 of them are separated from their families. Many are orphans. Many have had limbs amputated, often without proper medical condition. Each of these numbers represents a human life, and each is absolutely heartbreaking. And all this suffering is happening just a couple of 100 kilometers from here. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot and we do not forget the West Bank, and we call for an immediate halt to violence there and in East Jerusalem. I would like to thank key partners, especially Jordan and Egypt, for your leadership in providing humanitarian relief, as well as the United Nations. Since the outbreak of the crisis, the EU, together with our member states, we have provided nearly 800 million euros in humanitarian aid for Palestinians, and we have coordinated the delivery of over 2,500 tons of in-kind assistance, and I would like to commend the role played by our EU Commissioner, Jens Lenarčič, who is here with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, UNRWA is not a terrorist organization, and we do not accept any attempt to label it as such. We will continue to support them together with our member states, and we also pay tribute to all aid workers who risk their lives to help others, and many have paid the ultimate price. Dear friends, our third priority is about the future, a more peaceful future. We have no choice but to look beyond today's darkness to an urgent settlement based on the two-state solutions. And there is one lesson learned. Security without peace is not security. Peace is the best and lasting security guarantee for both Israelis and Palestinians. We have consistently supported the two-state solution, and we support the Palestinian Authority and its reforms. This will bolster its legitimacy and credibility to deliver for its people, and that's why we do not accept that Israel withholds crucial clearance revenues, which undermines the Palestinian Authority. Dear friends, the EU has built a union founded on forgiveness, reconciliation, and human dignity. We believe in international humanitarian law and international justice. We will always be on the side of humanity, not on the side of hatred. And that's why we believe in the words of Eleanor Roosevelt. She said, "It is not enough to talk about peace. One must believe in it. It's not enough to believe in it. One must work at it." Humanity has no borders. It has no religion and no skin color. It's universal. Let's work together to build a safe and peaceful future for this region and its children. You can count on the EU. I thank you.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This is the end of the plenary session. Session is adjourned, and we will continue our deliberations after lunch. Thank you very much.
Ya teman-teman, barusan kita telah menyimak pernyataan lengkap dari Presiden Komisi Uni Eropa yang menanggapi atau memberikan pandangannya terkait krisis di Gaza. Kalau misalnya saya tadi simak teman-teman, pernyataannya itu lebih ke bagaimana dunia ini bisa memberikan bantuan di saat-saat krisis, dan juga di sana menceritakan juga Michael ini menceritakan terkait kondisi Gaza yang sangat memprihatinkan, di mana kondisi anak-anaknya sangat memprihatinkan, kelaparan terjadi di mana-mana, kekurangan air bersih, kekurangan bantuan, dan ini patut kita apresiasi. Di sini European Council juga mengatakan bahwa UNRWA bukanlah organisasi teroris yang seperti dituduhkan oleh Amerika Serikat dan juga Israel. Di mana ini UNRWA ini adalah organisasi kemanusiaan PBB yang khusus bekerja untuk membantu meringankan beban Palestina. Sebelumnya UNRWA ini dituduh terlibat terhadap serangan ke Israel yang dilakukan oleh Hamas, walaupun setelah diselidiki oleh PBB ternyata ini tidak terbukti sama sekali. Jadi teman-teman, memang Uni Eropa ini kalau ngomong ya bagus banget teman-teman, ya mereka retorikanya sangat ciamik, sangat bagus, walaupun nggak ada kata-kata kutukan terhadap Israel. Sekali lagi sama seperti PBB, mereka masih cari aman teman-teman, tidak menyalahkan Israel atas tragedi kemanusiaan ini. Hanya mereka mengatakan bahwa serangan harus dihentikan, ceasefire harus segera ditegakkan, dan solusi dua negara harus tetap menjadi solusi utama untuk menjaga perdamaian. Oke teman-teman, mungkin itu pernyataan yang ketiga setelah yang pertama dari Pak Prabowo, yang kedua dari Antonio Guterres Sekjen PBB, yang ketiga ini dari Michel dari Presiden European Council, dan yang terakhir kita bakal sama-sama menyaksikan nanti pernyataan dari Amerika Serikat yang diwakili oleh Antonio Blinken, Antonio Blinken kalau nggak salah itu namanya. Oke, mungkin itu aja teman-teman di video kali ini. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.